Welcome to the APL Spotlight Series. Incredible guests the world over with amazing insights, incredible experiences, and an incredible high vibe to share with all of us. I'll call it love, awareness, paying attention more, which is what we all signed on the dotted line to do. But with thinking, bills to pay, and all the stress going on in the world, it can be tough. That's why the show exists, is to meet fabulous people online like this and actually sometimes see them take steps with the universe. That goes on later in the show usually. You as the audience can take part in that as well. And there's even photos of angels. You can see balls of light go by. Coming back to us today is turning into one of our veteran guests from Santa Monica, but she's been all around the world, South Africa and elsewhere, Costa Rica and more. She's super sparkly. She's been there and done that on a lot of fronts. 17 years as a psychotherapist. She's an author, bunch of books, a healer. But if it's the cosmos, the Akashic Records, or just helping you get unstuck out of your own head into your heart where you can get moving and get going to live again. That's Susann Taylor Shier coming to us from California. Susann, great to see you again.
Hello, 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 hello. Yeah. I love that you said 17 years as psychotherapist. I'm like, oh yeah, I sort of did that, didn't I? Because I went into spiritual stuff and I've been doing that for like 35 years. So before that, it's like, really, there was another world? Okay. Ah,
And you've been
yeah.
on a few of our Mind, Body, Spirit panels. You've been on this APL Spotlight series, I believe, twice before, two of the main shows. And again, we're going to have you back as much as possible. You're so much fun and you share a lot. You're open. Talk to us about that concept of openness. What is it about being open that is the core to everything we're about to talk about today?
Ooh. Well, if you can't receive all that Michael and this show is giving you, then what's the point? It's just you become another spiritual concept, right? You become a person who's like, I want to mentally understand the cosmos and spirit and my part and my purpose. And it gets really flat and boring and you start shutting down. But when you're open to all that wants to come in from these other dimensions, which I find is essential, it's like an hourglass that everything that is so-called above, and that can be a funny thing, but everything's part of our expanded nature. As it comes in, as we receive that, guess what? We have more here to manifest and create because everyone wants to manifest, but it starts in the larger dimensions, and then you have a whole wealth of manifestation to just tap into. So, openness to all of that. And I started my so-called career. I know people say, "Oh my God, you're a writer." I'm like, "Well, I don't know if I would call myself that." "Oh my God, you've had your own business for." Well, I don't know if I would identify with that either. I'm just doing what I'm doing. I'm creating, basically, right? And so it takes off the labels and the identities that we have. And, people are wanting to learn all sorts of new. I wanted to have a new modality after my career in corporation, and I want to become a healer. And how do I do it? And do I set up a big website? And do I take this course? Just be open and innocently go, yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do and receive what wants to come and keep it simple because you want the cosmos to co-create with you and just create, create, create. That's what I wanted to say about that.
Archangel Gabriel, maybe 10 years ago, said if more people would listen, less conflict would result in any given situation. But let's flip that pancake and just say listening is such a key part. You touched on it just now. If we paid
Yes.
attention more, slowed down more, and listened more, you're saying the universe opens up and a lot of what you're looking for automatically sort of comes in. The universe works with you.
Yes, it's designed to work with you. That's our blueprint. We get all heavy duty about, what's my purpose? What's my blueprint? Quantum field, who's Metatron, blah, blah, blah. It's like, hold on. You came with a whole collection of about 1 trillion guides, and that's part of what this show opens up for you people, is that you have all of this just there with you. If you receive it, man, that's when you come alive. Yeah.
And you're saying then I don't have to go to Bali. I can cancel the tickets, the one-way ticket to Bali for 7 years, or an ashram in India, or I don't
Yeah,
have to go
yeah.
become a guide at Machu Picchu.
No. Or again, you don't have to take a whole bunch of courses, right? You don't have to do any of it unless you're guided to.
Hmm.
Michael said, Mike, you said, I've traveled a bunch of places. It's crazy in my life, but it's because I'm a global citizen and I needed to feel all these different parts in the world that so I could be a world citizen, right? It's not me in my little town, and there's nothing against people who have grown up in the same town and lived there their whole life. That's fabulous. You are anchors, but I needed to, my soul needed to tap into all these, lights everywhere, where all the lights are around the world, and be part of that and have that be part of my heart and my body and my light. Yeah.
Now, I was in New York for almost 20 years doing corporate stuff, and I used to fly all the time. I'm embarrassed to say, I think I might have only been on an airplane in the last 10 to 15 years, maybe 10 to 15 times. It's crazy. I've been a hermit because of this particular stage of this role, and not in isolation. Thanks to Zoom, the show, and everything else, I don't
Oh
feel
yeah. Oh
that.
yeah. We are not in isolation anymore at all.
No.
I had many years. I had years in a spiritual community. I didn't go all over the world. I did a little bit on their behalf, on my behalf, but no, I did a lot of it before. And then there was this period, and then, there was raising a child, etc. Your life changes and then it opens up again or whatever. We're all different.
And that's what
Because
I
some
wanted to
people have this
ask.
fascination with if you're not traveling, that's what cool people do. It's like, and if you haven't been to Egypt, you're not cool. It's like, stop, stop.
I haven't been to Egypt yet, as Jana Short says, that magazine publisher out in California, who's a wonderful guest and panelist. She loves to add the word yet. Mark Anthony, the psychic medium, is
Yeah,
pointing that out. When you throw yet at the end of any complaint or something you're noting that isn't of the
nice.
highest vibe, it helps add a little zest. So I wanted to ask the universe itself, can you make it really simple for everyone? There might be angels, light beings, off-world beings, interdimensional, your relatives, Mary, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha. Can you kind of cover that and make it nice?
Sure, it's all connected. There's no hierarchy. If we can imagine it, it's there. So I talk to people all the time that are connected to guides and places that I've never even heard of. And I say, great, whatever we feel a connection with, it's there for you. So, yes, and all sorts of ancestors. When we talk about shifting things ancestrally, just go to your ancestors that are on the other side. They'll help you shift anything. They're ready to go, well, it's about time this lineage stopped, or this belief in this lineage, because they're on the other side going, yeah, you go, girl. You just changed that thing, and we're supporting you in it, versus having to do all the hard work of, I have to clear all these patterns for my lineage. That's a lot of hard work. I know I'm a spiritual myth buster because a lot of people are doing a lot of work for their lineage. I'm like, don't work for your lineage. They're working for you. It will change when you change in the moment because so much of it is already connected. So, yeah, we make it hard on ourselves. So, going back to what you were asking for, which is that we have zillions of beings we will never even understand. We're connected to many universes.
Mm.
Michael, me, whole bunch of you listening, you're existing in all these universes. So if you're existing there as a connection with your soul, don't get caught up in what archangels am I working with? Michael brings in a million different beings and then more, some more and more. And it's like, yeah, all of those and then some that you'll never know. Just be open to it. And that's what I love about this show is you give us a chance to be open to anything and everything.
Archangels, and then
Hi.
a guest pointed out that the little guy is Metatron.
Oh, hi, buddy.
Um,
See, I'm not enamored by these beings. I'm not enamored. It's a buddy. I used to call my guides the dudes because they're my buddies.
I
You
like that.
know, they're nothing bigger than me.
If we're
Yeah.
in the Philippines and there are 1,000 little islands all around us, And I want to
Oh,
liken you to a boat tour operator, really fancy cigarette boat. Only can fit 12 people on it, but you're
okay.
the high-end tour guide. And each one of those islands is its own little universe or place to visit, Andromeda, Orion, and beyond. Can you describe a little bit about your tour guide role for folks when they've gotten over their immediate situation and you want to take them somewhere? You do a lot of, call it interdimensional, galactic,
Yep.
universal
Yep.
moving around, Akashic Records.
Yeah, I do. I do. I
Burn a
love
lot of gas in that cigarette boat.
it. There it is. Well, when I first started doing it, it was out of curiosity. Again, that's just openness. I was, doing hypnotherapy, and it was like, cool, we can go to other past lives and they just come to us and we can learn all this stuff. Wow, how fun is that? So if I can do that kind of regression, then somehow I got connected to Michael Newton, who does lives between lives. And I'm like, that's cool. He's talking to people about what it's like on the other side. And then I got connected to all these worlds beyond this world. And I said, well, let's put it all together. Let's travel to those worlds. Why not? And people do not have to be in a perfect situation. You can be in a living hell in your emotional realm. And the beauty is, we take you, and I say we very deliberately, we take you to those worlds where you get the resources that you need to help you in your physical capacity. It's so much easier than working at this level, working it and chipping away and chipping away. What have I got wrong with my gut now? And what's going on here now? And no, 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 no. It's like, let's go get the resource that wants to give you exactly and knows exactly what to give you. And it may be from a home world, a universe, a dimension, a Metatron. We don't know all the time. And it's all there waiting for you. And they're like, thank God you got that we called on. They're going out there, so to speak. Thank God you called on us because we're just waiting. We're unemployed here. No, they're not unemployed at all, but
Can you take us to the smallest microeconomic moment? Some moment in time where you were just so caught off guard. The universe got right in front of you. Could have been visual lights. You see an angel. It could have been that dream, but it was so specific. You woke up and you were like, I was there. Can you give us some flavor of you, even you, getting caught off guard or enthralled or like, wow? And you had to sit for a while afterwards. You were like, that was incredible. You even smoked a cigarette. You haven't done that in 30 years since you were two. Okay, so give us one of those. It's not a war story because we're talking peace. It's a peace story, an angel story, a
yeah,
this
yeah.
story.
Well, what's so interesting is, I'm so not a storyteller, but let's see what I can do here. I think I remember the first time I started talking about the Akashic Records, and I'm like, people would say, well, what are the Akashic Records? I'm like, well, I don't know. It just feels right. They just feel like something very powerful and wonderful. So I took my first journey to the Akashic Records, and it was like, oh, it's everything and everywhere, and it's whatever you want it to be. And it's all just sitting there. It was so easy to get there. That's what the profound thing was. It was so easy to open that channel up. And what it reminds me of now is, what people say when I do a session with them. That was so easy. In one moment think I'm going to die, and we go to this place and I feel free as a bird. How did that happen? It's just waiting for us. And that's the beautiful aha. And again, that's what happens. You put up a card like joy and your whole energy is shifted, right? It's like it's that easy.
Susan, your wish is my command. So, Joy, go ahead
Hi,
and
Joy.
get
Hi, Joy.
2 to 3 hugs from her up and down so you get completely shifted, even though, there's 4 trillion ways to be shifted.
Uh-huh.
Feel a lot of light. And
Ah,
here's something from her personally, and then get a topic from her that you can talk about next.
okay.
What is she suggesting?
I think she wants to bring up this topic that came before when you and I were talking, because that song just came back up again.
We've been here before.
We've been here before.
Okay. This is before the show, folks. I
Yeah.
was using Grok AI to try to track down, was it recent 2023 song? Was it the 80s, Tina Marie? We've been here before. I've been here before. We were trying to nail these song lyrics down, and it's come back.
So when Michael and I were talking, he said one personal thing, and I don't remember what he said. And I was thinking of one personal thing. Oh, that I had a but for. Yes, this is what I want to create, but, okay. And I had a but, which is, that's not going to happen for me in this lifetime or whatever it was. It wasn't that. Okay. Or I don't know much about starting a healing business. That's not what I'm working with, obviously, but it was something of that. I don't know. I don't know. And then I was talking about the bigger global picture. How are we going to get from here to there? How are we going to do that? But it doesn't look like it's going to be very easy. We know it's not going to be necessarily easy, but it's like, huh, but kind of thing, and I hear from people that are like, oh, we're screwed. And I'm like, no, we're not. But that's the big but that's sitting in the field. Okay. So the song came up, We've Been Here Before. But we're all going, wait a minute, we've never been here like this before. And in my personal situation, I have never been in position to create what I'm wanting to create. Okay. But you've been here before. We've been here before. And it's like, what? So the mind goes, what are you talking about? We have not. I have not. And then I sat with it, and it related to greater intimacy and vulnerability with others, okay? Because we're all wanting that. No, we're not all wanting that. Some of us are wanting that. I said, not in this lifetime I haven't. I'm working on it. That's why I'm working on it. So it's like we've been here before, and it's like I could feel this we've been here before. It's like, oh yeah. I don't know if it's another lifetime. Me as a soul knows everything about greater intimacy and vulnerability. And I could feel that energy. It was very pink coming in. Oh, that could be joy. What do you know? Coming in and going, yeah, you've been here before. I don't need to get my mind into it, but you've been here before. Draw on that. Draw on that. Again, the mind can't get in there and go, well, I don't know how to do that. I haven't been there before. Don't do that to yourself. You've been there before. That's an energy. And as it relates to the world, you could say, well, no, we've always failed. We have been there, call it the original blueprint, whatever. It was there for a nanosecond, maybe, but it was there. It was there. And in the universe of universes, it's there. We have been there before. Is it different the way we're going to reclaim that? Yeah, we got different situation, but we've been there before. I'm like, ah,
Can we have an angel named Charlotte weigh in on mankind? And I'm going to add two tidbits before we have her answer here, but
oh, she's blue. Of course she is.
she's
We were
everyone's
talking
favorite.
about that before too. Blue.
She's
Okay.
everyone's favorite school teacher with words meant to help you expand. Mrs. Johansson, if you live in Canada in third form, not the mean one, the nice one. But I'm going to lay out two things. One, everything would change immediately if people could see each other's energy, auras, light. If you were starting to kind of be deceptive, it just dims. But if you're being happy, the more you open up, the more light's flowing from you. You would know who you want to do business with, go to lunch with pretty quickly, and it would sort a lot of stuff out. Lying, other stuff would go out the window. You'd realize, oh, it feels good to be good, or just to open up more, to be love, share love. So seeing light on everyone. And one other random thing, I don't ask the big picture questions of angels too often, but I did ask like 10 years ago an angel named Dale. I was like, okay, if everyone went kumbaya on planet Earth and said, I'm willing, with my free will, to pay attention for only half an hour so that I can help humanity and we all want to raise our vibration up and we want to be nicer and kinder and gentler. I asked Dale if everyone wanted to participate, how fast could mankind elevate or just open up or go to the next boop? And he said 3 hours. Now that was like 10 or 15 years ago. But with those two ideas in there, I threw out my 2 cents. I gave it a try. And Susan, if you have anything else, throw it out now because here's Charlotte. Get a doozy from her that we're both, all three of us plus the audience are like, huh, I just heard it's happening whether you know it or not.
Exactly. It's happening. Your mind will never understand how this works, just like your mind will never understand AI and what part it plays. Good, bad, who knows? Let it go. Let it play its part and trust that the goodness of anything that's coming in now is present. AI, sure, there's crappy stuff about it, right? Right? What's another example? I don't know. I can't think of one right now.
It's like bringing a corkscrew to the back garden. You kind of
Yeah,
like your mind's fixed on it. It's convinced the corkscrew is a good idea, and it doesn't even make a good hole for you. And the mind
right.
is like
But
this
so
huge,
it's the
yeah.
fear that stops us. So what we're, say what you said again just a second ago that Charlotte said to you. It's already done. It's
Yeah,
already done.
it's already underway. It's happening, and then there was a second part to that. People can play it back. We're in the
Yeah, yeah,
middle of
yeah. No,
taping.
it's already done is enough.
I can't
So
remember it.
yeah, it's already done. It's in motion.
Yeah,
And we
that's it.
get scared about that. We go, oh my God, we have nothing to say then. No, 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 no. We're talking about larger dimensions, right? So I heard that the first time people were talking about having trains, before planes and stuff like that, I imagine everyone was terrified that it goes so fast that our body couldn't handle that speed. It'd be like, we'd be on a train and the skin would fly off. That was the image I got. The skin would fly off our body because it'd be so fast. It's like our minds are so creative, but we use them in the wrong way, don't we? I mean, it's like that was very creative, but in the bad way. No, that's not going to happen. So imagine that trains came in to help us move places faster, connect more. Everything that's happening is helping to bring us together in weird ways, it seems, but it's in motion, and we have to trust that the weirdness is just because like the when you start the engine of a train, an old fashioned train, it goes and you're going what, or when you get on a plane, you might not remember this, Michael. You get on a plane and they start to take off and it feels all wrong. It's just like, what is going on? But that's what's needed to get up and out, right? Especially if I'm not on a massive plane. It just sounds like everything's rattling and all that stuff. And it's like, no, it's just part of getting the momentum going. So that happens in our bodies and in our minds. We get scared of momentum because we feel things in our bodies, we feel things in our emotions, think of things in our mind based on fear, and we latch onto that and go, nope, I'm not getting on that plane ever again because I heard that sound and I don't like that sound. It's like, did it get you to South Africa? Did it get you to Iceland? Yes, it did. It's crazy how we stop ourselves. So yes, that it's all in motion if we don't get so caught up in the nuts and bolts of how it's going to work out.
I have one more angel for you before we light some sage. And this is Abe, the Abraham of old, on everyone's team, a grandfatherly energy or fatherly, whatever. Catch cigar smoke or cognac smell in the air or something manly. Now, he'll tell you he was a jerk back in the old days from the Bible days and everything else. But today, he's trying to hand out fish, not teach fishing like most angels.
Ooh,
So
I
here's
haven't seen him before. I like him. What a great
yeah,
look.
here's Abe. If you want to close your eyes, he'll hold your shoulder or the small of your back, catch a
Okay.
huge bit of masculinity coming in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's he point blank say? Chin up for mankind. What's the rest of it?
Um, he's got a good heart as well as a strength, which is the two together. And he's talking about what I call divine confidence. Divine confidence lives in the heart, right? And that we've been here before, the heart knows, the soul knows. Have that divine confidence in what is at play beyond what the fear and the mind are trying to grab onto. Divine confidence. Yep.
Susan, that's beautiful. And bravo and thank you. And
Yeah.
you're getting a bonus round for that. So you get
Well,
a
I like him. Can you show him again? Because I had my eyes closed, so I didn't get to see much of him.
yeah, and put one hand out,
Oh,
and another
hunk
hand.
that he is. Okay.
Yeah, so put one hand out, but he's going to give you two different flows. One
Oh,
supportive for going
okay.
forward, and the other flow you're going to have to tell us about. I don't know what it is, but
Okay.
here's Abe. Two different flows, and people at home just breathe more if you would allow. You can do this at home. Have the left hand be a situation you're in and ask for relief. The right hand or the other hand, just let it be something going forward in life so you're more aware.
Do you want me to say something?
Sure.
Or just let everybody bask in that presence?
No,
It's
go ahead and share what you're
great.
getting, like your right hand. What's it feeling?
So what it's feeling is that uplift that that he's looking up to the stars, and it's like trust the wisdom of the stars and look at the stars as often as you can. Look at the stars, even if you live in a big city, maybe have on your screen, what do you call it, screen, your screen picture thing, a picture of stars to remember the wisdom is multitudinous. The wisdom is multitudinous. And even, there's a slight furrowed brow, which isn't doubt, it's listening. I'm listening intently to you. And that's what we want to do is listen intently, right? Because he's very anchored and very real and here and present, and I'm listening intently so that the wisdom can come in and be present, present as I am, because he feels very present. Yeah, cool.
Nice. I
Uh-huh.
saw him in Austin, Texas. It was a January, the opposite of some of my other January angel stories. I got to see a Dale one January where it was 70 degrees in human form. He was dressed in scrubs from the neck down, and he looked like Dave Matthews from the neck up. And he did this to me with eye contact, and I went from walking casual out of a crystal shop, not to sound too hokey there or cliche, but I was walking out of a beautiful crystal shop. I'd had a good time. It's a 70-degree, just the best day, best weather Austin's ever had on like January 20th, 10 or 12 years ago. And I look at
Oh,
the
gotcha.
sky,
Gotcha.
make eye connection, and I get sizzled. And then I start speed walking New York City style, get to the traffic light. I'm hitting the crosswalk button 50 times. My car's across the street, and I'm freaking out. And I'm not supposed to talk to him, but he's standing next to me, and I could barely make eye contact on that one.
Oh, wow. Oh,
But
wow.
Abe showed up on the opposite. It was a cold nighttime January, like 20 degrees out. I'm outside of the diner. If anyone knows Austin, there's the Whole Foods headquarters, the Whole Foods flagship store, center of Austin, right by Waterloo Records. And next to Waterloo Records is this diner open 24/7, pretty modern. And I'm sitting with someone in a sports vehicle, the SUV thing. I'm on the passenger side and I see Hagrid because he looks like Dumbledore or Gandalf more, this way. He looks like
Yeah, yeah,
Dumbledore or
yeah.
Gandalf the Grey. Well, he doesn't look like that. He looks like Hagrid, ginormous man, ginormous, and he's towering over the hood of the SUV going by. All I saw was the Starbucks cups, tons of coffee under a big bare arm. And he stops and he looks at the two of us, and I'm asking my passenger or the driver, I'm like, hey, is that an angel? And I'm doing this, and time started to go gobbledygook upside down. And I started asking angels, and I'm getting not now, later, not now, not now. And for the first time ever, I put my foot down. I was like, wait. And Charlotte was finally like, yes, or something like that. And then maybe the driver said yes. But time had gone upside down. He had looked at us. I know that the driver is the opposite type of sensitive person. They saw in through his eyes and saw something bigger. Never
Oh,
noticed the Starbucks cups. I saw the exterior
wow.
only. I didn't see in. I get out of the car and the person's gone. And I run to the corner and they're gone. So something happened with time. Now, here's the real story. All I got was the name Abe. 2 years later, I found it was the Abraham of old. And I mean, I knew it was an angel, but I didn't know it was Abraham of old angel. And he
Right?
was delivering coffee, hot coffee to homeless people. That was
Wow.
supposedly, that was what it was. Now, I'm going to put up Charlotte Dale, who coached a famous gymnast we all know from the 70s or 80s who won a lot of golds. He's from Andromeda originally, Orion originally, Joy is cosmic. Hear from all three that that was Abe the angel who looked like Haggard delivering coffee to the homeless. But here's something else that's really cool for all of us to know about our everyday steps we can see an angel. Or they might have a different message for you, but you'll get something.
Well, saying that you get to decide how you want to see your angels.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah,
wait.
you get to
Tell us more.
decide.
Tell us more.
It's like mediumship, you know. How do you want to see somebody who just passed across? What's the symbol? So you just go, okay, you guys, I want to see you through flowers, or I want to see you as star. You know, how do you want to see them? Do you want to
Butterflies.
smell them? Do you want to see number? You decide. Not, well, I don't know how they work. They work for you, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
they're working for you. So you decide, and then they'll
Uh,
do it.
Out of all that talking, let's get Susan to share something from the past. You were at a bus
Uh-oh,
stop.
you
Somebody
make
held
me
the door
work.
open. Someone held the door open for you and said just what you would ask for 3 days in a row to hear. What was one of those synchronicities where angels or the universe or a light being or somebody stepped
Oh,
in?
okay, good. I don't have to go too far in the past because I can't.
Okay.
Okay, so I went to Iceland this summer to ride horses. I haven't ridden in a long time. I love horses. It's a friend of mine who runs Women's Quests, Women's Quest. She has for years, and I've known her. She owns horses. And I've seen that she was doing these trips to Iceland with riding Icelandic horses, which are a little smaller, and it just felt really special. And I looked at them for years, and I'm like, oh, that's cute, but I can't do that. Then I had a hip replacement, which I needed to do. Yeah, last a year ago. And right after that, I'm like, okay, this is it. I gotta go. And I'm like, oh, come on, you can't, blah blah blah. And the hip replacement was super easy, and I was because I'm in good shape and all that stuff. And yeah, I used to think, oh, that's a bad thing. I'd have to do that. It's like, no, it's not. It's just, a weakness in that area, whatever. So I'm so glad I did it. So I said, okay, I'm going to do this. And then the fear comes up like, what are you talking about? What you're going to, what? You're going to go to Iceland on your own, even though I was part of a group, and ride horses that you haven't done in years, and blah, 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 blah. And then I was on being interviewed by somebody like this, and we were chatting at the beginning, and she tells me she does horse equine, it's called equine therapy. I'm like, oh, how cool! I'm going to go to Isaac. She goes, oh, you got to go. And it wasn't just like, oh, you got. She goes, no, your spirit is saying you got to go. I'm like, okay, thank you. And then I had another situation like that where somebody was, I think it was even a client, said to me, "Oh yeah, I live on a farm with horses, and I love horses." I'm like, seriously? When do you get to meet people that are clients that ride horses all the time? Not so many. And she was the same thing. She goes, I wondered why I was talking to you about horses. Now I know why. You need to go. And I'm like, really? Are you sure my body could just shut up, just go? And it was epic. Yeah.
I'm going to put up an angel named Mac. Don't call her Mackenzie. She's everything plants, animals, and nature. And then I'm going to put up a bunch of horses for horse consciousness. So here's
Ooh.
Mac. She's got a Pleiadian background origin story, but an angel today. Don't worry about the details. Don't call her Mac. And what are you getting from Mac, first of all, for all of us? There is a smiley face in there.
um, it's a lot of motion, a lot of sparkle, a lot of motion, and a lot of depth at the same time. The motion and the sparkle comes from the depth. And the depth is, the darker green in the little places are like the depth. So it's like saying your sparkle and your energy and your shimmer comes from your depth, not from being, what is it, manic, you know, or high on life. Yoo-hoo, I'm high on life. That doesn't go that's not radiance and shimmering. Okay. The depth of you is like, oh, I'm in love with life itself. And it just, oozes out. That's what she's saying.
I'm in love with life itself, and I don't care who knows it. Okay, here's
Yeah.
force consciousness for
And
you.
I'm going to dance all day if I can.
I love it. Um, in a moment, just close your eyes, but we'll use these guys to get you going.
Oh, hi, everybody. Oh,
And close your eyes, have horse consciousness come in, and if you'll put a hand out to your side into the room as if a horse is there, you'll either
oh
feel the
yeah.
nose, the side of the horse, the mane, something.
Yep. That's very current. That's great. Okay.
Yep. And so catch something private, but then if you don't mind having horse consciousness kick in their 2 cents for all of us,
Okay.
we won't ask them why the long face. Instead, we're going to keep this upbeat.
Their long face?
Yeah, just cracking a joke for the audience.
That's
Please like,
funny.
subscribe, share, comment. What have you
Why do you
enjoyed
have,
so
why are
far?
your ears up at the top of your head sticking out? Okay. Um,
Why such big ears? The better to hear you with.
yeah. Oh, why do elephants have those long trunks? I don't know, but they sure are great.
What did the grape say when the elephant stepped on it? Nothing, but he let out a little wine. Okay. All right. So horse consciousness. What are you
Okay,
getting
horse
from horse
consciousness. I
consciousness?
really did get something. Okay. Um, they, oh, they are grounding the power of love into the earth in a very powerful way. And our fear of them, that kind of power, they're trying to help us burn that away. Okay, because you think of horses, anything else that size is a predator, right? And they're not. I mean, in Iceland, these horses have no predators. They're just out there, herds and herds of horses, no predators, nothing to be afraid of. They're just boom. But that's what I got from looking at these horses. It wasn't just from my past experience. The way they ground, and you could say, well, dogs are unconditional love, but a different thing. They're not grounding love into the earth because they're not living in the earth. They're living on carpets, right? They're bringing in the heart of the unconditional love, but it's a different thing. Horses are the power of love in the earth plane, and I think that's why people say Iceland is magical and they don't understand it, but it's because that universal shimmer is just in the earth everywhere. And people there, it's one of the happiest places in the world, even though it's freezing cold, 70% of the time below freezing. So it's not about good weather. Okay. But that
Here's an
presence.
angel who's a soft-spoken professor, very watery. She's light waves of energy and water, Min.
Okay. Oh
And
yeah.
her background would be serious. Not trying to sound too serious here, but this is probably 80,000 of us have her as a guardian angel. Myself, episode 110, Dr. Karen Wyatt. She got to meet her on Redondo Beach for 30 minutes as a human, but just allow for that if you're ready whenever. But what are you hearing from Min? She's kind of Mother Hawaii-ish. I'm going to blow the microphones down here today. Catch a little bit of Hawaii right now, or at least ocean. And what are you getting from Min? And did you get a little energy movement?
Yes. Ancient wisdom. Ancient wisdom that lives in us and that with us. It's with us. It's in the energy field that has never gone away. We've been here before relates to this ancient wisdom, right? Because we talk about, our ancestors and how the fall happened and all these terrible things. but ancient wisdom was never destroyed. I said it for a reason, destroyed. I don't know why.
You just gave me the titles of the video today, so I love this. Thank you.
Oh, sure.
We've been here before, ancient wisdom and more.
Yeah.
And you just got me, or you just got you, two more, well, really three more experts. But oh my gosh, I forget everything. Okay, so Freya, if we're talking Scandinavia, ancient, like I've got Odin,
Oh,
I've
yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
Freya.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Um,
good.
Let me know which Freya you like better. Uh,
Oh,
or if you want here's Jackie O, we can do her. You can do Freya this way, which seems to be the most popular. Or I
is
have
that
a
a skateboard she has in her hand?
oh no. It's a shield, but that was a
No,
good
it's a
one.
skateboard, Michael.
Oh my God, that's the best. And then which one do you want? The first one?
Second one. Sorry.
This
That
one?
one's got a funny, the third one has a funny face.
Okay, this is Jackie O, and we can do her.
No, I don't want to say I don't like her. I didn't resonate with her. It's the second one.
This one?
Yeah, because it shows her stance.
Awesome. Now, let Freya come in since we're mentioning Iceland and ancient
Sure.
wisdom. And I don't think I've done this on a show in 400 episodes. I don't think I've brought Freya in more than maybe once.
Oh, cool.
So what are you getting from Freya? But if you don't mind catching golden rays of light around you, or at least feel extra light coming in, but if you would, even peripherally, catch some golden rays of light. Let us know when you get those.
Okay. Um, I wanted to, this sounds funny, but I wanted to cross my arms, which usually is a sign of resistance, but it's also what she's holding is a clear, no, 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 that's not true. No, that's not true. It's very simple. That's not true. Ancient wisdom is here to be tapped into. Anything else? Nope, that's not true. The simplicity of being a warrior for truth, for what is true, and being able to just say, no, that's not true. We don't do that enough, do we? We go into, oh, but no, 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 no. No. Oh, wait, no, that's not true. I don't need to hold on to that. And uh, the head of Iceland is a woman, which doesn't surprise me, having seen what you just brought up with Freya. There are probably more women in that area. I think there are that are women. Okay.
Now, I have a great drawing of Odin, but I'm going to use a different one that I've never used this on a show, but I'm going to use this picture from humanity of Odin. But remember, he's a warrior slash healer, and you can close your eyes. He'll show his own way. He's a little bit like Gandalf. Might have a magic staff or a sword, but either way, he likes to make an entrance. Use this to just get Odin started. If you'll close your eyes, have him come in his way. Might be a little bit older, a little more weathered. And at home, if you need help, breathe extra. Shoulders up and down, mouth open 1 millimeter, or put a hand on your heart if you really need help. Do all the above and put two hands on your heart. And I've got only one rule, which I've forgotten to say for like 50 shows now, but that's not true. Just set your
Mm.
intent. Be like, hey, angels, I don't know what I'm doing. Get me out of my head, into my heart.
Yeah,
Make this amazing. Amen,
yeah,
rock
yeah,
and
yeah.
roll. Thank you. Own it with the sign off ownership
Mm.
statement.
Okay, I got what he's saying.
Good. What'd you say?
Odin,
Odin.
there's nothing wrong with fighting for what you want,
Mm.
what's valuable to you. That's like classic male energy, right? And we think of fighting means it's a battle against stuff. No. If we don't fight for what, we talk about manifestation, and the secret is I'm going to put my intention on it. My car will fix itself or whatever, and spirit come in and fix it. No, I'm going to fight for it. I need that car tomorrow. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? I need to make a phone. Stupidest. I come up with the stupidest examples. But anyway, I want them to be practical. So it's like, okay, you could say, oh my God, I don't have time to think about it. Car, you shouldn't. No, 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 no. I'm going to fight for it. Okay, tomorrow, that's going to get fixed. I'm going to get the right person to fix that car. That's fighting energy. That's like clear, Command. Command is, it's nothing wrong with commanding. There we go. It's not fighting for, it's commanding, right? What was that phrase? That the bread the bread be made
Oh,
into.
I don't know that one.
Oh,
But
it's a biblical thing. I
yeah.
command that the parting of the Red Sea, I get them mixed up. I command that the Red Sea parts, that was Moses, right? Or that the bread is enough for everybody here and all of that. They're commandments. Oh, 10 commandments, right? They're commandments. There is nothing wrong with commanding. We think, oh, well, we have to be peaceful and, all of that. No, he's saying there's a commandment. Let there be light is a commandment,
Mm.
right? And that's what we need for anything that we want to manifest, a commandment. And we need that to shift into where we want to be as a humanity. We think, oh my God, I don't want to fight for anything. I just want to be in peace. Make commandments. Make commandments in yourself of what you truly want. Okay.
You just said strive for it, and I love that.
Mm,
And also, you said humanity, but I
yeah.
took that as manatee.
Ah,
So let's do
hi.
manatee consciousness for a bonus round here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What are you catching
Well,
from the manatee?
okay. So I'm having fun now. Look at his arms and his arms. This is probably from Saturday Night Live where they used to use that phrase, I'm going to pump you up, from Arnold Schwarzenegger and all of that. Do you remember that, Michael? We're going to pump you up. And that goes along with what we were just saying. I'm going to bring some energy into what it is I want to create. And if that's spiritual connection, yay. We need to put energy and some confident power into that. If we want to get past this idea that, oh, I can't meditate, or I'm not very good with my intuition, or I don't see my guides, put some energy into doing it, you know? Command, make a commandment, not please show yourself. It's like, I command co-creation to come now. Joy, come be with me now, right? Yeah, or something of that
Let's
nature.
have
Because you do
everybody.
that. You do
ev-
that all the time. You just say, here's joy. You're
Yep.
making a commandment. You don't go, well, everybody, if you'd like to, we're going to think about, bringing in joy.
Please consider.
Yeah, it's like,
Exactly.
oh, here's joy. And you're like, okay, right, got it.
I
Yeah.
love this. And this is really powerful what you're saying. Folks, get a legal pad and pen and paper. I mean, hit pause if you need to, but make sure you hit like, subscribe, share, and comment. Emoji counts if you're shy. And what have you enjoyed most? Meanwhile, get that pen and paper because you have no limits. Your heart is already a 10 out of 10 or a 100 out of 10 or 1000%. You don't know it. Your abilities are also 1000%. You might not know it. Remember to remember if you can remember, but the but is the key. So write down on the piece of paper, but why you're not at 1000% for your heart. Those are all your just perceived obstacles. They'll go away in a second. We're going to blow sage, but Susan's
Yeah.
going to talk through every one of your obstacles without hearing a single detail in a second. So I'm buying you time. I'm going to light sage. You're going to catch it through two screens. I don't think I did this on air yet. I know we did it before the show. And we've done it on other shows with you and when you're on a panel. You play so nice with everybody on the panels, so I love it. Here's the sage. Catch sage. Are you already getting sage in Santa Monica?
I needed to take a couple breaths. Sorry.
No
Woo,
triota,
here
and
it
I'll do.
comes, wafting in slowly. It's nice. It's nice. It's coming in slowly. It's not overpowering. It's not going to make me cough.
And folks at home, you can catch sage flowers on top of the sage. If you want to close your eyes, get ocean, or even let an angel just touch you on the shoulder. What will you allow for is kind of the rub, and what Susan's going to talk about how you don't have to put your focus anymore on what you're allowing for, just allow. So, Susan, how can a person go from here to hear more? I give you the easy questions, by the way.
Actually, it's all easy. It's all good. It's all easy. Okay. So imagine that I just drank that water for a reason, because I must have. Okay. When you feel liquid go down your throat, doesn't it feel good? All right. If you used to be a smoker, wasn't there a feeling sensation that came into your heart? If you are a drinker, if you drink coffee, isn't it because you want to bring a certain sensation into your heart, right? Now, maybe the coffee makes you feel, I don't know. I don't drink coffee not because I'm a saint, but because my blood sugar doesn't allow me to. Okay. So, which is fine. Um, but you do it because it what it brings here, don't we? Right? It warms the cockles of your heart, right? It warms the cockles of your heart. And again, yes, it makes you feel, but it's the warm coffee that doesn't just, make your head buzz and all of that. It makes your heart buzz too. It makes everything come alive or soothe it. If we drink alcohol, it soothes or it puts us in an altered state because it changes the nature of our heart. So that's what we all are craving is getting more into our heart. Oh yeah. Right. We just do it in all sorts of ways. So the way I would suggest doing it is just, I don't want to use just gratitude because that's getting old. Okay. We're all like, yeah, yeah, I'm going to be grateful. Okay. Imagine if you knew your guides came in through your heart and not your pineal, not your pituitary, not your third eye, all of that. They come in through your heart. Wouldn't you want to be in your heart more so you can feel them and be with them? And I've talked about this before. When we are wanting to have greater guidance, we want to see it as a relationship with our guides, right? We start by going, "Hey guys, hey Joy, hey Charlotte, hey, let's do this," right? And that's what Michael is introducing to you. Here's Joy, here's Charlotte. They're right here with us right now, right? And then there they are at your heart level also. They become real. And you walk around as a we are walking through this world. How do you get from your head to your heart? You honor what the nature of the heart. I honor you, heart. I honor you. I'm not afraid of you. Yes, sometimes when people first start going into their heart, it's filled with sadness. It's filled with fear. And it's like, I'm not going into my heart. You're honoring your deeper heart. Okay. And if I have people that cry in a session with me, I'm like, yes, because you're cracking your heart open. So make it an exercise and at a certain point, you don't have to, because I just, every day there's something that has to be released and shifted, and I will cry. It's usually because I love watching things on TV that are people's success, people being successful. And I go, oh, that's so wonderful. And it just unlocks my heart a little bit more without me having to go, oh my God, I'm such in grief for everything that's going on, but I don't know, I don't want to start grieving because it'll throw my whole day off. It's like, oh, I just let my heart crack open. So let yourself, and maybe sometimes you have to fake it till you make it, right? To find a way to honor your heart and yeah, go deeper with it. Okay.
Genius. Okay, I'm gonna put up five angels, and I haven't told you what we're doing yet, but I want to get these two out of the way. So Dale and Mac are gonna say hello, and they're just gonna be there to support the next three as you do something, and make it more than that. Eight angels. So there's four archangels: Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel. You got Mac and Dale, and now Joy, Charlotte, and Min. You know these three. Here you're gonna do, I don't know what to call this, interdimensional, out of body, but safe, very quick, only like for a minute or two or 30 seconds. They're gonna take you somewhere. It could be a beach off world in another system. It could be Hawaii, it could look like anything. They might take you to the Akashic Records. It'll be cool. It's gonna be what it is. Hear from them. Where are they taking you? You can say this out loud if you want.
Ah, okay. I happen to be galloping on a horse through the cosmos.
Okay. And I'm going to put them up one more time, all three tight in a
Oh, look
line.
at that.
Whoop,
Okay,
it's a
great.
little out of focus though. But here, close your eyes, put a hand out in each direction or however's unusual but comfortable. And just breathe extra for us, shoulders up and down. People at home, you can do this. You may be just getting hugs and support and beyond words. You may get words. You may see on your eyelids like movie drive-in theater things out of the 50s. Either way, Susann Taylor Shier is going to get a little experience right now, and she's a seasoned Philippine cigarette boat operator taking you to the different islands all over the
Oh
Pacific
yeah. Oh
for
yeah.
your destination journeys.
Hmm.
She's getting her own right now. It's a little payback from Angels. She's earned it. And if you don't mind catching rippling light, either at the mid level, your chakras, your neck, something extra that's like filling your emotional bank account to say thank you for all the work you do and all the amazing guest appearances while you're actually getting a brain experience, a heart experience.
Mm.
And out of it, though, will come some ancient wisdom for all of us, ancient Chinese secret. We don't have to break open the fortune cookie. I'm just talking to tie up the intellect for you at home,
Oh.
for anyone watching. Logos, reason, better not, ego, none of it really helps you get stuff done. The currency these days is still knowledge that precludes possibility. What Susan's talking about is knowledge that is possibility, the ancient wisdom, the allowing, the learning, the being, Shakespeare, to be or not to be. Not to be is the brain, and it's unfortunately most of the organizations you see out there are the circles, the intellectual groups and so on. We're not knocking, we're all doing tons of thinking. But the second you step out of thinking is when all the fun happens, all the possibilities. Some people like to use the word magic without the CK, all the excitement. Disney's from the 1970s, not today. The real Disney, the spark.
Okay, got it.
And so come back. First, what did you just do? Like, where did you go? Did you see them? Can you give us some flavor, a blow by blow? And then can you share the ancient wisdom?
Sure. So I first saw myself galloping on it was not a unicorn. It was a regular horse. It was a cosmic horse. Not into unicorns. Um, so wondering why we were going into the cosmos. And this horse took me to a star, and then another star, and another star, and another star, and another star. And it was like, oh, we're creating a constellation. Okay. And then they said, you, each of you can do that, create your constellation, your constellation. Okay. So imagine you have a specific constellation that is a reflection of your greatest universal self out in the universe. And you can always see it, go into it if you can, be part of that as a way for you to get into your unique soul dynamic purpose, soulness, all of that. You go in, you create that constellation of you. Okay, so there's lots of constellations that we love. This is going to be my constellation, which is what everybody can create. And then you bring it into your heart and hold that heart, that constellation lives in your heart. And you can even put it in your belly, but just let that constellation connection, you see it out there, you bring it into your heart, and it's constantly in operation together. Yeah.
Pure literary genius. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna show Light to shake it up, and I don't think we did this on air yet either. It's all blank to me. But you get a dad joke, and that's the most important thing. And I want to come up with a dad joke that I don't think you've heard before. We'll find out. It's Bert and Ernie Sesame Street. Nobody has to remember the characters, but Bert offers Ernie ice cream. What's Ernie say? Sherbert. Okay. See a little bit of light between my fingers?
Why not?
Gold, yellow, green. Let me know what you see.
It's just black.
Ooh.
Sorry.
I think we got green before the show, so oh, hold on. My clipboard is touching the buttons on my laptop, but now an extension on it was touching buttons. I'm fixing that. Okay, here we go. Now what are you getting?
Definitely spiraling energy, changing colors, I would say.
Okay, and name a couple colors if you could. Just
Oh, okay. They're like candy colors. Sharp, clear, blue, green, red. Yeah. Oh, yellow just came in, pink. Hmm.
And then, if you don't mind asking the big galactic crew, everybody, the whole enchilada, the symphony, to come in and can you get one extra thing out of this? Is it a, I don't know, object, flower, vortices, geometric? Is it a,
Well, I seem to be into the spinning thing. It's a not a carousel. What's it called? They have them on piers. We have one on the Santa Monica Pier. It's called a you know what I mean?
oh yeah, Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel. Ferris, that was it. Ferris Bueller wheel. So I saw Ferris Bueller, I call them. It's a Ferris Bueller wheel. Um, and the significance of that is, oh, we're all going in the same direction.
We've been here before.
We've been here before. Yeah, right. We're just coming back to that place again. Good point. Good point.
We'll start to wrap it up. We'll do one more like interactive dimensional exercise, but here's Charlotte for tying it all together and
Okay.
just giving you a little reminder for you to gracefully let's bring it all together. One more reminder for everybody. We'll probably have you do a mantra if you could and repeat it 3 times so people can feel your energy, but we're not there for the mantra yet.
Okay.
What's Charlotte have? And you're like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. She wants to tell everybody that they're hot stuff.
My God, that's amazing. I like it.
So know your value, know your worth. And if you think of a fun phrase like I'm hot stuff, you might remember that more and faster than if you just go, oh, I got to think about how I'm very valuable.
Well, these three are my business managers, Michael, Charlotte, and a Rebecca who's from really far out where music comes from, but it makes Andromeda, Pleiades, Orion, all the rest look like it's our next door neighbor. She's from really far out. Those are the three, but Charlotte showed up at a Northwest Starbucks in Austin, Texas. I'm in San Antonio now, but was in Austin for 10 years. I'm meeting a book editor who's phenomenal. And I'm sitting at this table. It was a raised table, and by the windows in most Starbucks, people gaze outside. Well, this one is turned the wrong direction. She's dressed. She's probably in her 50s, elegant. I think short hair. In my mind's eye, it's 200 feet away, but no Starbucks is that big. And she's dressed Santa Fe, New Mexico style. Now, Texas gets a lot of different types, cowboys and tech and this and that, suits, no suits.
True,
She didn't
true.
fit in, and she was staring the entire time at us while we're working, and it's hard to not notice that, and just sipping coffee. Now, likely, I asked that one big picture question once of Dale, how fast could humans get with it if they wanted to pay attention? Free will.
Right.
3 hours. And I asked one other big picture question, and that was, do angels drink the coffee when they're here? And the answer was yes. So, can you
Oh,
get a random tidbit from her to all of us with you doing our listening for us? What do we need to know about angels? Are they really available 24/7? Is there a reason that anybody should not, in the privacy of their own apartment, they're on a park bench, they're in a car right now watching, how can they not turn to the ether and be like, "Hey guys, let's get with it. I want to learn more. I want to interact with you more." What does she say about angels and how open and available everything is right now?
yeah, more so than ever, of course. We know that. But that question of why would they not want to do it and connect with those angels? I mean, I do understand if people have been traumatized by a guru, a authoritative figure, where they have gone along with that person or group, whatever, for a while, and they start, but in the name of they're going to lead me to God or they're going to lead me to something higher, then there will be trauma and not trusting something larger. And I get that. And so that just needs to be worked with, and it can be. I've obviously worked with a lot of people that way, but it can be worked with. But I do have compassion and understanding for what people have bought into in the name of spirit and God, so-called spirit and God that wasn't. But other than that, they're all just waiting for us to step out of that uh, prison, prison. Yeah, that's so sad.
I'm gonna just read one little thing here, and I'm gonna find it real fast. Okay, here we go. So why this is from the appendix of my little Listening to Angels book from 2014. I just saw balls of light as I typed. If you think I wrote this, you're amazing. Thank you. Um, two times,
What?
two times #2 on Amazon. I got to plug it. 7.99 now. It was 4.99 forever. I kept asking Angels, when can I raise the price? They finally said like last year I could do it. So it's not me, but here's just a little kind of long paragraph. Why is this a big deal for an individual? Again, the whole concept of angels being available, you can grow your awareness, you can relax more. When no ego is present, your heart and soul shine through your eyes. You are love. You sparkle. You are one with all and at peace with all. You are whole and content. Listening, which is how we started this show a little bit, listening is opening the line of communication available to each human. Merely be still and listen. Acknowledge and own the step. Move forward today. Just do it. This is a bit like a classic treasure hunt, but here you get to find yourself since you are the treasure. And that's how Susan helps you out. She helps you rediscover the gold, the diamond consciousness that's right here. Do
Yep.
nothing, be, listen, learn, appreciate. That takes care of the gratitude too. This is not about any particular words or concepts, which is what you just said. Grow your awareness, not your thinking. Be loved to all as often as possible, no more and no less. If you spend all your time being loved to all, you would have less time for ego or causing harm elsewhere. And I'll just add one more. Being is believing in all. You do not need to be like anyone else. Be yourself. You have a unique vibration, unique presence. Okay, Susan, you're on the spot. What's your mantra for all of us, but not a fallback mantra? A newly minted mantra. You got to say it 3 times. People are going to more pick it up vibrationally. They're going to feel your energy. They might even put their hands up to feel Susann Taylor Shier's vibe out of Santa Monica. What's a cosmic mantra for us all? You can cheat and have an angel come in and assist, but I think you've got this blindfolded.
Oh, ooh. Falling in love with your connection is easy. Falling out of love with that connection is what's hard, is what makes life hard.
I'm going to step up and add one. Fall in love
Okay.
with life again.
Yes.
Fall in love with life again. And fall in love with life again. Susan, if people could only choose one of your books on Amazon, which one should they look at?
Right now I'm into soul reunion.
Okay, Soul Reunion.
Soul reunion, the return home from separation. But I did just do a book on intuition, so they can look that up too.
And Susan has 2 N's in it, but all the details will be below the video. You've been on 6 other programs. I can do it. 2 Mind Body Spirit panels, 2 APL Spotlight series. The Mind Body Spirit panels, I think people should check out. Paul Sugar has been, I think, in some of those, and just amazing other guests and the interaction between you all. It's 1 + 1 + 1 equals 11,111. Take those pluses and break them apart into ones, and it works out.
Of
Okay. Susan, you've been wonderful. Thank you so much for being on the show. As always, you're a
course.
dandy.
Of course. Love creating. Here we are. We're doing it. Creation together and co-creation with that whole field of source creation. So,
Thank you again.
yay. You're welcome. Great to be with you, Michael. And everyone.